Is Jacksonville's waterfront market slowing down, or is it actually one of the best opportunities we've seen in years? That's the question buyers and sellers are asking right now. And today I'm going to break down exactly what's happening in Jacksonville Waterfront Market, what the numbers are telling us, and what it means if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing along the water here in Northeast Florida. Welcome to your very first Jacksonville Waterfront Market Report. I'm Amanda Bolwell, your local waterfront realtor. Living on the water in Northeast Florida is an incredible lifestyle, but buying or selling it is a completely different ball game compared to standard inland real estate. Today, we're breaking down exactly what happened in the MLS this past month, what the inventory shift means for your pocketbook, and the micro trends you cannot afford to ignore. So let's dive in. Let's start with the hard numbers pulling directly from the NEFA MLS. Across the broader Jacksonville and Duval County market, we're seeing a fascinating stabilization pattern as we move through the spring season. Right now, the median sales price for a single-family home in Duval County is holding steady at $332,000. Now, if you look at premium counties like St. John's, that median jumps to $587,000. But remember, waterfront always commands a premium. What's really driving the market right now is inventory. In Duval County, active listings rose slightly, leaving us with about 3.7 months supply of inventory. In St. Johns County, we're looking at 3.9 months supply. And why does this matter? Well, in real estate terminology, anything under a 5-month supply technically keeps us in a seller's market. However, compared to the frantic offer in 5 minutes market of a few years ago, inventory has grown significantly. Buyers have choices, they have breathing room, and they're using it. So how does this general MLS data translate to our waterfront properties on the St. Johns River, the Intracoastal, and our local canal lots? First, let's talk about pace. The median days on the market across Jacksonville dropped down to about 33 to 35 days in the past month. Good homes are moving in just over a month. But for waterfront homes, the timeline can stretch out. And why? Because waterfront buyers are incredibly specific. They aren't just looking at bedrooms and bathrooms, they're evaluating bulkhead conditions, water depth at low tide, and flood insurance premiums. Because of this, we're noticing a distinct division in the market. Turnkey waterfront homes, properties where the dock is pristine, the bulkhead has zero erosion, and the elevation is solid, they're seeing intense demand. But if a waterfront property is overpriced or needs hidden shoreline repairs, buyers are stepping back. In fact, looking at recent regional trends, nearly 1 in 4 sellers across the broader market have had to make a price reduction to get their homes sold. If you overprice a waterfront home right now, the market will penalize you by letting your listing sit. The homes that create emotional connection are the ones standing out. So overall, how would I describe the Jacksonville waterfront market right now? I would call it more balanced, more strategic, and more opportunity-driven than we've seen in several years. Not crashing, not booming, just normalizing. And honestly, that creates opportunities for both buyers and sellers who understand the market. So what is the play if you want to make a move right now? If you're looking to sell, your number one strategy is strategic, realistic pricing from day one. Do not bake in negotiating room into a sky-high list price. Buyers are savvy. Interest rates are averaging about 6.5%, and affordability pressures mean they will simply bypass the homes that look unrealistic or wishful thinking. Focus heavily on presenting the waterfront lifestyle. Highlight your water depth, your bulkheads, and your outdoor living spaces. If you're a buyer, this is your window of opportunity. With nearly 4 months of inventory on the market, you do not have to rush blindly into a purchase. You have the leverage to demand thorough inspections. My golden rule for today's market: never buy a waterfront home without inspecting the bulkhead and checking the elevation certificate first. You have time on your side to negotiate on price or ask for closing cost credits, opportunities that simply didn't exist a couple of years ago. The Jacksonville Waterfront Market isn't crashing and it isn't exploding. It's finding a healthy, sustainable balance. But because waterfront real estate is dictated by micro neighborhoods and tidal access, a generic online home estimator cannot tell you what your property is actually worth. So for example, the most expensive waterfront sale so far this month of May, the price $16,500,000. The location, South San Pablo Road on the Intracoastal Waterway. The property, it's a private gated estate on 12 acres and features over 8,000 square feet of luxury living space. The cheapest waterfront sale, so far, the price is $160,000. The location is on the south side in a community called Colonial Point. The property is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. It's on Little Pottsburg Creek. While it doesn't give you a private mega dock for a yacht, it does offer direct community water views and access to the St. Johns River at a fraction of the cost. So, an important note, in Jacksonville, when we talk about waterfront, this covers everything from multi-million-dollar oceanfront estates in Jacksonville Beach to Tidal Creek condos on the west side, which is why we see such a massive swing of over 16 million between the top and the bottom of the market. If you want to know how these shifting numbers impact your specific neighborhood, your canal, or your stretch of the river, let's talk. You can reach out directly through the contact information that I'll put in the description below for a private consultation, a waterfront evaluation, or I can give you a customized property search. Thanks for tuning in to my very first monthly report. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay ahead of the Jacksonville market, and I'll see you out on the water next month.